Yo, what is going on, guys? Miguel here. So today we're coming at you with a video on some live for rent by owner prospecting. Yes, you heard that right. For rent by owner, absentee owner, whatever you want to call it. I am going to be dialing them for 30 minutes today. Now that is not my full prospecting time, but just for my time block of filming, it is going to be a 30-minute block for the purpose of the video. So if you guys have ever been here before, my name is Miguel, of course, Miguel Freitas. I'm located out in the London, Ontario, Canada market, so a couple hours from Detroit. And I've been licensed for, I just finished my second full calendar year at the end of 2024. So a big way I built my business is primarily door knocking. As you guys have seen, if you guys have been following the channel, I do a lot of door knocking. However, I've kind of moved the source away. Like, truthfully, I kind of have moved the source away from my business planning. However, I decided, given it's, I might as well take a break from the cold and get some more immediate business, which for rent by owner can provide. And here in Canada, I can't just go and dial expired for 4 hours. So today, I'm doing about 3.5, 4 hours of dialing for rent by owners. And the way I do this is I'll go on Kijiji, and and then I'll call up anyone that has a phone number, right? So I'm not going to show you my screen because I'm just recording with my iPad here. But I'll go on Kijiji, just literally I'll type in Kijiji rentals, right? And property rentals. And then I'll just go through until I have someone's number. Now I used to prospect for like emails as well. Like, so when I went on, I would see if they didn't have a number associated, I would just send them an email, basically like to their Kijiji message. And for me, especially since I'm barely on Kijiji, it just really wasn't effective for me. So I've actually stopped doing that. So I'm just spending my time trying my best to find that voice-to-voice conversation. I was doing this from 11:15 till 1 earlier, just after 1, so just about 2 hours there. And I got in out of that, just to give you some idea of how this is going. I got 16 calls. Out of that, I got 12 conversations and 1 lead. Right now, the lead is more of a nurture; it's not an actual lead. Really, when I'm dialing the source, I'm looking for someone who's just going to be like, hey. I have been considering selling, and they actually have they've owned the property for a reasonable amount of time, and I'm looking for that person that just really doesn't want to be a landlord anymore, right? So we're gonna try our shot here. Again, I'm gonna put the timer on for 30 minutes, and I'm gonna start dialing right now, so that way guys can just kind of chime in on how I'm doing this, and we'll go from there. 30 minutes starting now. I'm gonna move. I'll keep this here actually. Okay. So my phone is on Do Not Disturb. The iPad is now on Do Not Disturb as well. And we're going to continue on. Okay. Let's take a look. No phone number. Now there might be like 5 minutes of me just scrolling through to find something. That's just the reality of this lead source. Again, if you guys have like access to expired listings, stuff like that, you guys have it like made. Like, don't take that for granted. Honestly, if I had expired listings, I'd just be dialing them all day long, and just have like an immediate pipeline of business. Because the way I'm in Canada, so I can't actually go ahead and go directly to them. Bedroom apartment in St. Thomas. That could work. Depends. Looks like it's a apartment and a home. Okay, I'll give this guy a call. Yeah, I don't think I've spoken to this person before. Nope, never spoken. Let's see. Hello, Eric?
Yes.
Hey, Eric. This is Miguel Kanya. Eric, I'm a realtor in London and St. Thomas working with Keller Williams. Hey, I'm reaching out to you. You got a 1-bedroom apartment for rent there, correct?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, is this in a duplex, or do you got the building?
I own the building.
You own the building? Okay. So I'll just, I don't want to take up all your time, Eric. I'll just go right to the reason why I'm calling. I realize you got at least one of these apartments for rent, and I was just generally curious with the way the market's been going, if you would maybe consider the option to sell the property if the numbers added up and made sense for you.
I mean, I just bought it.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, I have 3 properties in St. Thomas, so I mean,
okay.
Depends on which ad you're looking at.
Yeah, so I'm looking at, okay, if I can name it off, for rent 1 bedroom apartment in St. Thomas for $13.75.
Yeah, that's my little one. That's
Okay.
that's my St. Catherine Street property. I've had that
Oh,
for a couple of years.
okay, on St. Catherine Street. It's a nice spot. Yeah, okay. Would there be, out of those three, would there be any you may consider moving?
Um, I wasn't going to yet.
Okay.
Because spring market heating up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a guy that I typically deal with anyway.
Yeah, right. You have a trusted relationship with a realtor, yeah?
Yeah. I've got a realtor that
Nice.
they said I just bought one with him now. So
Yeah.
I've got a guy to deal with.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, I appreciate you bringing that up, Eric, because if you have someone you know, like, and trust, especially when it comes to real estate, I always say, you know what, just go with them, right? It's no sense in me trying to step on toes, right? So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, good luck. You got a good portfolio for sure, and honestly, if you have no need to sell them, just hold them you got a lot of stuff going for St. Thomas, man, so I'd hold it for a while. So.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is, rates go down, prices go up, that battery plant goes in.
Yep. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
the plan.
I like that phrase, man. Rates, because rates go down, prices go up, battery plant goes in. I like that. So
Yeah, then prices will go through the roof, hopefully, and make a fortune.
yeah, a lot of jobs coming to St. Thomas. So yeah, you got it, man, for sure. Cool. Yeah, well, good to chat with you, Eric, and enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, man.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
All right, cheers, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, let's save them. So when I'm done, we'll kind of overlap that in a bit. When I'm done having a conversation with somebody, I will save their number so I don't because this guy had 3 properties, right? So I don't want to call him 6 months later and then it's like, oh yeah, we spoke, and it kind of gets a little bit awkward. So I'll always save them if even if I reach out and they don't pick up, just because that way it's more of a warmer touch base fight. Because truth is, there's a lot of, I would say about 30. The further I go down the list, it's more like 30 to 25% of people I've reached out to before. You can tell I've been doing this lead source for a while. Let's call this guy Eric St. Thomas. So 1 call, 1 contact. So if you guys kind of notice that, I can tell if someone has a realtor. I know we're trained to go hey, most people have 2 to 3 other realtors, and why don't I just give you a second opinion? I'll be 100% honest, guys. If someone's got a pretty good relationship and they're happy with their realtor, I honestly don't even bother stepping in. It's not even worth time, just because you got to think about it, right? They might hear you on a second opinion and leverage that to talk to their trusted realtor, right? So yeah, if they have someone they really trust, right, and they're not going to really wean from, which you could tell by his tonality, he was happy with his realtor, I'm not going to go now. However, if I notice if there's an expired or whatever, it's they feel like they got to do them an obligation, but they really weren't happy with how they dealt with it, then there you go, right? I think this is a legitimate. Yeah, this is a legitimate one. Okay. When I browse through the photos, I try to make sure if it's if they're MLS photos, if there's a realtor logo, or if there's some people that I can tell if they just recently bought it. I'm not gonna go in further into why I think that, but the more you do it, the more you can pick up. I've never spoken to this person before. Come on, man. I'm on 13 contacts, nothing.
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
So what I used to do if they didn't pick up, I would copy and paste. Let's see, where is one of these messages? Here we go. Oh, sorry. So what I used to do if someone didn't pick up, I would use the double tap method. So that would be I'd call them right back. Truth is, just because my approach on this, where they're not really expecting me to call, if they're generally considering selling the property, in my experience, they'll respond to the text I send. So I don't bother doing the double tap where I'll call them right back and then leave a voicemail or whatever. What I do is, this guy's name's Olu. Oh, how do I spell that? So basically, I have like a copy and paste text, and I'll read it to you guys. So this one's on Dalmagary in London. These are a little bit harder to sell because they're 3-story townhomes that sell for about mid-high fives. In regard to, so the message is, I'll just tell you guys now. Good afternoon, blank. This is Miguel. I'm a realtor in London, Ontario, working with Keller Williams. I was reaching out in regards to your property on blank street. I realize you have the property for rent, and I was curious, with the housing market heating up again here in London, if you would consider the option of selling the property if the numbers made sense to you. So that message is pretty good because if they're serious, they're going to get back to that. And again, this is a high contact lead source. You gotta, in my experience, it's about 50 to get a legitimate like listing appointment here, which is hard. I have to like really dial in. I have to call this lead source for about 10 hours to get 50 contacts. I'm just gonna save this guy as his name and then the address. So basically, I'll text them that, and then if they're serious, they're gonna get back to me. But that's what I do. I used to email it back to people, and hey, I've gotten a listing from doing that where I email them, but it's from how long I've been doing this lead source. It's honestly not worth it. The better use of my time when I'm going through Kijiji is just simply looking for someone with a phone number. That's it. This is in Port Stanley. It's got a realtor logo next. Yeah, Featherstone's got that. Figures. There's someone's got a selfie of them to rent a place. It just helps you like understand like how thankful you gotta be sometimes, because like these people, like there's people who straight up like can barely afford rent, and then I'm actually in my new home. We bought this. I've been in it for about a couple of weeks now, so I'm very fortunate to say I'm in my 20s, and this is in a home that I can definitely consider like exactly what I want in a home. Especially my age group, it's hard for us to purchase a home. So I'm very fortunate. So looks like someone who just bought. It's a house near the university. I feel like I've seen this before. This guy's name's Ryan. Yeah, he's got no phone number. Oh, I messaged this guy on Facebook. Okay. So the other thing I do, and my assistant actually does this for me. That message I just sent, I'll go on Facebook Marketplace, and I'll have my assistant, usually every Monday, try to at least reach out to 50, because sometimes there isn't enough, like 50 people she can reach out to. But I'll try to have her reach out to 50 people with that message that I just told you. So it'll be a copy and paste with their names, of course. Yeah, I got a number here. 5-bedroom by walking to UW. Okay. We might actually have a buyer for this, but my buyer's a little bit on the fence. He's a cash buyer. Put in a few offers with him, but so I can technically say I have a buyer for this, but I'm not going to bring it up because I just want the listing. What's this person's name? That's
Good afternoon, Odette speaking.
Oh, good afternoon, Odette. This is Miguel. I'm a realtor in London working with Keller Williams. Odette, I'm calling you about, you got a property for rent on Richmond Street, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. You're the owner?
Yes.
Nice. Have we ever spoke before, Odette?
No.
No, I don't think so. You're not a realtor, are you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, nice. Most realtors answer the phone that way, so I appreciate the professionalism. So, well, hey, Odette, I don't want to take up a lot of your time. I'll just let you know the reason I'm calling. I see you got it. It looks like you might have it room by room rentals, correct?
Yeah, I don't think it's available anymore.
Oh, it's not available, Kat. The reason I was calling you, it wasn't for rent. I was just curious if the market's moving pretty quick in that vicinity. I was just curious if you consider the option to sell if the numbers made sense.
No, we're not. We're not looking to sell right now.
No, I figured that was the case given you just had it rented. There's high demand for that area right now. So,
There is, yeah.
yeah, well, I appreciate that. Only other thing I could say, is there any other real estate plans I can maybe help you with in terms of other investment properties or maybe your own personal situations?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Got
At
it
the
for
moment,
sure.
we're good. Yep.
Yeah, nice. Well, thanks for answering, Odette, and best of luck. Well, it sounds like you guys got it rented, so congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate the call. Thank
No
you.
problem. Bye.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Darn. Okay. I don't have anyone else on my phone. I'll just put Richmond Street. Yeah, this property where it is, these homes, like if they're so, I'm from London, Ontario, and that's home to UWO, Western Ontario, University of Western Ontario, which is a like really big university. And those, I have an investor. He's a cash buyer. The last two properties we offered on, because he'll offer on the ones that are like right by the school district. If you're within 2 kilometers of the school gates, as long like you're gonna sell on multiple offers. Like even if it's overpriced, they'll sell on multiples. It's like it's crazy. Yeah, there's high demand to buy a student rental around there. Now I heard that's died down a bit because there's been a lot of talk about the students going back and like a lot of foreign students. But at the end of the day, like for long-term investing, that demand's always gonna be there. What's this? I didn't mark this down. There's probably some contacts I made here that I probably missed because I'll just forget to write it down sometimes. Yes, definitely bought recently. 2-bedroom. What's this? Okay, this looks legit. If you guys have ever heard of beginner's luck, when I first was actually dialing this, one of my first experiences with this was, I'll tell you guys in a second because I gotta, yeah, I've spoken to this girl before, but you know what? I've spoken to her before. Let's see if she maybe has any new plans to sell this. She could. It's a different property.
Hello, you've reached Refined Real.
Oh, it's a real estate number. Okay, well, I'll just not do anything with that. That was a real estate company number. Okay. This looks legit. So, anyways, speaking of beginner's luck, back in beginning of 2020, like right in the new year. So like right back when 2022 ended right into the new year, my first dial session was on a Saturday, and I dialed Fred by owners for like 2 or 3 hours, something like that. And I hit someone. She wasn't around. I texted her. This is my first experience. Like this was just added to my lead source. She wasn't around. This looks legit. Toronto number. So anyway, she wasn't around. This lady wasn't around. And just give me 1 sec. Yeah, I haven't spoken to this person before. Empty townhouse. I love listing these because I can just stage them and price them correctly.
Hello.
Hello, Jim.
Yeah, Jim speaking.
Hi, Jim. This is Miguel calling. I'm a realtor in London with Keller Williams. Jim, I'm calling you. You got a property for rent there at Chapman Court there, yeah?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, nice. Are you the owner, Jim?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Have you and I spoke before? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
No, I don't know, man. You sound familiar. I don't know why. So,
That's okay.
nice. So,
So what's up?
yeah, I don't want to take up a lot of your time, right, Jim? I'll be very brief. I see you got it up for rent right now, and the price seems pretty attractive for especially for Chapman. But I was curious, Jim, if you would maybe consider the option to sell this property if the numbers worked for you, man.
To sell it.
To sell it instead of rent, yeah.
So give me an offer. I will think about this one. So what range of price you are talking about?
On 70 Chapman, you're definitely talking something with a 4 in front of it. I know that. Yeah, I keep a close eye on those ones on 70 Chapman. How long have you owned the property for, Jim?
No, you see, I bought it for when my daughter was in Western over there, right? So I went over there to rent for her something. And I looked at these terrible places, and then I decided, so better I buy something for her. She live in normal condition, you know.
Yeah. Oh, so you
So,
bought it for her while she was at school, yeah?
Yeah, I know she finished already, but we decided to keep it like, you know, because I am not young man, not as you. I care you are not old man.
No, I'm 27.
You are 47, I'm older than you, okay? So we decided, me and my wife, we decided to keep it, and up to now it was okay, you know. Up
Right.
to now it was okay, but I don't know, now it's with this situation, I don't know, all this mess in the world, I don't know what's the right move over there.
Yeah, that's right. Well, so you've owned it over a year then, right? Like for a year or so?
No. I bought it 2016. How many? Almost 2 years ago. Right?
Oh, so that was a while ago then, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. So
If you bought in 2016, I mean, you're like guaranteed double what you paid for it. Knowing that area too. Why don't we do this, Jim? Because I want to give you some options, right? Just so you know what's better for you. I'd be happy to. Are you from London or are you from Toronto?
no, I'm in Toronto.
You're in Toronto. How often do you come? How often do you come to London, Jim?
Yeah, not so often because you see, I don't rent it for sky price, but I don't have to go over there. I have nice people over there, you know. That's why they're taking care. Last time I went over there because some problem with furnace.
Oh, okay.
A couple times a year. I don't have headache with that one.
Yeah. Okay, you go a couple times. Well, here's what I'll say. I mean, I want to give you an accurate number on it and how I could sell it for that. I would be happy to come in and give you a nice, like an honest evaluation of where I think the home sits. Because if you've owned it since 2016, I mean, I can guarantee you've at least doubled your value.
No, definitely I doubled already. Right?
Yeah.
I doubled it, and it was like, I don't know, it was 500 something already. I think it's 530 or something like that.
Sometimes, yeah. I know there's been some. I've seen some sell with high 4s. I've seen that in Chapman. Yeah. Because I have an investor with a unit in Chapman in that same complex as you. Because she's selling pretty soon as well. So if you're open to it, Jim, I'd be happy to meet you at the property and just give you an evaluation, see if the numbers work for you. Would you be able to come down to London either within the next week or so?
No, I'm not playing. I'm not going to drive 200 kilometers over there and back.
Yeah.
Forget this one. I have something what to do, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So if you have something, you just text me. I give you my email address, and you give me some email number or something. What you have and how.
Yeah.
It goes. But and up to now, if you have somebody like who is looking for rent, let me know, right?
Yeah.
The price is good, and I just need it. Everybody will be happy over there. You know, I'm not jumping on the back of people. You know, to don't do that one, don't do that one. Just keep normal property in normal condition, and just do your obligation. I do my obligation.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Well, here's what I'll say then, Jim. I can send you some an opinion on the value through email, just because it'll save you some time. And if you think that number works for you, then we can definitely discuss the selling side. Do you have an email I can reach you at there, Jim?
Oh, I'm gonna text you.
Yeah.
finish call, I'm gonna text you email address so you can give me your information, whatever.
Yeah. That's good. If you want to text me your email, and then I'll text you my business card as well. That way, because if I get it over phone, it's hard. I can sometimes I misunderstand it, right? So, yeah. Okay, Jim.
All right. Do you sell something in Hamilton or no? Sell for me. I have something to sell in Hamilton.
You have some? Oh, I know. So I don't service Hamilton. However, I know an agent in Hamilton who's very good. Do you want me to connect you to an agent in Hamilton?
No, but I need somebody who has a buyer, right? Because I can get an agent. I already put something over there. An agent was he come, he put sign. Then 6 months gone, nothing happened. You know.
Oh, you need a good agent then, man. I know one of the best realtors in Hamilton. If I can connect you if you want.
That's okay. I'm waiting. now I put it on marketplace too, right?
Yeah.
It's somewhere on Lake Erie, right? So
oh, nice. Yeah.
Something over there.
I'd be lying if I told you I did Hamilton, man. But I do a lot of business in London. Yeah. So text me your email there, Jim. I'll text you my business card, and then later this week when I have some time, I can send you my opinion on the value there, and you can decide if those numbers work for you. Okay.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Jim.
No problem. Gabriel, right? Gabriel.
Miguel.
Miguel, sorry, Miguel.
Yeah, that's okay, Jim.
It's just like, all right.
Okay, Jim. Well, I'll text you my card, and then I'll see your email. Okay.
No problem. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye. That was kind of a funny call. It was close. I mean, that guy. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Someone who's owned the property for a reasonable amount of time. However, he didn't really have any need to sell it. I mean, he wasn't going to drive down to London to meet with me, right? Which kind of tells me if he's not going to drive down to the city, I mean, I don't know what else I can really do about that. Maybe comment if there's anything I could have done. But truthfully, I mean, if I'm not going to be able to get an in-person appointment, there goes Simon. Let's see this guy's number yet. Nice speaking with you. Yeah, he's texting me his email. I will send you a week. That's on price. Have a good day, my friend. With a lot of people who don't have good English, I'll always tie in my friend. And they always appreciate it. Jim. I'm going to say the address. I mean, how much time do we have left? We have 4 minutes. So I've gotten 3 contacts here. Just gonna write down this guy's email so I remember. See if we can get one more contact because I have 4 minutes. I think he was Russian. For whatever reason, I've worked with a good amount of Russian clients, and they always seem to be such nice people. Funny enough. Yeah, he's getting back to me. It's Miguel. Back in spring regarding yeah, someone's texting me about Yeah, so this, okay. Just someone getting back to one of my texts that I sent out. Could be something. I usually wait to get back to these after, but yeah, actually for the sake of the video, I'm just going to try to get one more in. And can get back to that later. Let's see if I can find lease transfer. I'm obviously not looking for that. The one thing about this room is that when the sun gets to a certain level, it like shines like right in my eyes, and then it's hard to see the screen. This might be. No, this is property management. How much time's left? I'm just gonna delete the timer because it says there's 2 minutes. Who else do I got? So we have 3 conversations, which all haven't been the worst. I mean, this is on McKay. Just left this neighborhood. This is also. I know that home. That looks very familiar. By a property management company. No. Nope. 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 Maybe. Realtor. Nope. This is why. Oh, I know this property. I know this area very well, actually. Let's see. It's with Realtor.ca. Okay, never mind. Realtor.ca. So you can see why it's hard to get a bunch of contacts. Like, I mean, this lead source is, if I'll just put it this way, if I had access to like calling like warm leads, expired stuff like that, I would go for that for sure over this. I probably wouldn't even touch Rent by Owners. At the same time, there's a guy who owns a vintage watch store in London. He used to be one of the best realtors in London. He was telling me where all his main lead source was absentee owners, which makes sense. I mean, you hit these people. So I was actually on the phone with someone. She's got 4 properties for me to sell over the course of the next 3 years, and they're all incredible properties. Like, I sold the first one last year, and it sold in multiples at like a price point you wouldn't expect multiples to be in. Like, it's one of those properties, right? And that's like all our properties. And she called me seeing if I wanted an opportunity to actually like start a property management company and like be like, I mean, to be like their property manager, right? And I said no because that's not what I want to do. I hate leases. I don't want to deal with that, but just to give you an example, some of these clients you can get. I don't think I got through that story though of the I got kind of cut off. I still haven't found anything here. I didn't finish that story. So basically what happened was when I called that lady back in the start of 2023, there's no answer. And then she texted me. I texted her and she's like, hey, like, yeah, I actually would consider selling. That's actually something I prefer if the numbers added up for sure. And it's like, hey, over text, I was like, cool. Well, our next step, I can happy to go buy the home, give you a valuation, whatever. We agreed to meet. And when we met, I found out like all her rooms were empty except for her bedroom. I'm like, so I found out the reason why she was going to rent room, like do room rentals because the home was too big for her. She was on her own. It was a big 3-bedroom townhome. And when I broke down the numbers for her, it was like the net she was getting was like way higher than what she thought. And I don't really, unless it's really important to the seller, I don't do net sheets anymore. But we broke down a net sheet and she was like, that's what I'm netting. And I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, we signed for 6%. I've only signed 2 listings at 6%. And keep in mind, in where I am, the average buyer commission is 2%. So it's a pretty average, 4% can be average. But I usually, when I list, I always look for 5. Just because there's a lot more that goes in, especially what I do. But I mean, if I get something at 4%, it's still not the worst because that's average. It just depends on what I'm putting into the property. But just to give you guys context, signing at a 6% listing agreement is pretty good. Oh, okay. Bear with me because I gotta. Oh, this is a realtor, I know. Bear with me. I gotta find someone here. This looks familiar. This kind of just goes to show, though, like how it's hard to like get a ton of contacts in, because if I'm just going for like phone numbers, because I gotta like really scan through to see who's a legitimate number. Okay, this actually might make sense. Let's see. This might be a property management company, but it might not. Oh, this is a nice home. This should actually be on the market. I don't think this should be renting. It's in Huron Heights. Yep, it's a nice area. Let's give it a shot. So this will be the last call. Yeah, never spoke. Okay, let's see. One more try.
Hello?
Oh, hello. I was calling about the property you got for rent there over in Huron Heights. Are you? You must be the owner, yeah?
Yeah, I'm the property manager. So the landlords have asked me to basically wait because I think they already found somebody.
Okay.
One of the applications they really liked. So I basically stopped replying because they asked me to.
Yeah.
So
Totally get it, man.
yeah, if anything changes, I will call you back because you are, one of few that do call me. A lot of people just message. So,
Yeah.
what's your name?
Yeah, so I'll save you some time. And my name's Miguel. I'm actually a realtor. Like, the reason I was calling, I was just seeing if it was to see if they wanted to. I thought it was the owner that was leasing it. I was just curious if they'd rather sell than lease.
No, fair enough. No.
But yeah, that works against you, though.
Yeah, exactly. No, to my understanding, they keep it in the family, so that's
Oh,
what
nice.
they're doing.
Nice, yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I thought I'd just let you know so you didn't add me to your call list and just save you some time, right? So, yeah.
Fair
Cool.
enough. Well,
Cool,
thank
man.
you for calling.
Yeah, no problem. Good luck. Yeah, I hope you get it, eh?
Thank you.
All right. Cheers. Bye. I actually initially wasn't going to say anything about me being a realtor because I like to keep this lead source to myself, but property management. What do you think, guys? Do you think we should go for one more? I think we should. Like, I'm going to be on this for another 50 minutes or so. I got to go down the street to my parents and walk my... so Tuesdays are my, like... I treat them as, like, all-day prospecting days. I don't book appointments Monday and Tuesday. I just prospect all day. But I'll only work till about 4:30, and then I just go over to my... Because I'll have, I have family time after 5. My brother and I it's just like a friend's night for me. This year, one thing I'm stepping back from is playing soccer. I play I play first division men's soccer. For me, it's not worth the time. Like, it's Mondays can be at like 5:30, stuff like that. It's just, or I think it's 6. I think it's 6 p.m. is when soccer starts a lot of the nights, and for me, I don't get enough time when I'm doing that twice a week. Actually, you know what? This might be... Yeah, realtor sign. You see, it's hard to... I'm going for 38 minutes. I guess I never need a timer when I'm looking at... Yeah, it's still running okay. Sorry if I'm boring you guys, but anyways, to go back to that story... Oh, I finished it. Yeah, the 6... signing for 6%. Like... The point is, you just never know. Like, you honestly never know. Actually, that wasn't the first time I called that lead source. I think I added that lead source in Q3 of my first, of 2022, because I started in April 2022. So, my third quarter in is where I started adding this source, later on. And I got a listing early on, too. Crazy enough, that's actually the most effective this lead source has been for me. Was when I first started it. Now it gives me more multiplex people, which is good. For me, the reason I'll go to this lead source because I want something that's more immediate. This lines up appointments for me, right? And immediate isn't necessarily multi-unit buildings because those take a while to sell unless you got one that's a trophy building, right? This isn't it either. Oy, oy, oy. Can we get one more on the phone? This might be one. These are really weird properties. This looks like it's owned by someone. Oh, this looks like a commercial line. Let's try it anyways. Yeah, rental company. Okay. I was gonna say these properties are never put up by the owner. You know, I know the city well, and I can just kind of scan these and be like, okay, I know what's going on with this. I know what's going on with this. No. This might be something. Their name is admin. Okay. Just move on. Come on, man. So when I'm looking for these, I'm really looking for those ones that have like cell phone photos of like a regular home, right? Like, I mean, like a normal home. Someone's got cell phone photos taken of it. I think This is on Merlin, yeah. I think I spoke to this guy. We're gonna see in a second. Nice area. Fingers crossed.
Hi.
Oh, hi. I was calling about the home that's for rent on Merlin. I take you're the owner?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good. So real quick, I'll give you an introduction. My name's Miguel. I'm a realtor. I'm from London, working with Keller Williams. Have we spoken before or no?
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think so. We haven't spoken through Facebook or anything?
Probably not. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Probably not. That's okay, man. So nice to meet you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I'll be very brief, my friend. The reason I'm reaching out, I see you got the home put up for lease. It's a nice area. Merlin's definitely a nice spot of the neighborhood. And I was just curious with where the housing market's headed, if you would maybe consider the option to sell this property if the numbers made sense for you, man.
Okay, what numbers are we talking about?
On Merlin? It's a 3-bedroom. I have an idea. Like, have you owned the property for a while?
Yeah, for 3 years now.
3 years. So you bought in 2021, 22?
21, yeah.
21. You might be. I'm just going off of where the market's been heading since then. For you to have a notable increase, I can almost guarantee. Like, have you done much to the home or no?
No. Well, I just did. I just renovated the unit right now, like last January.
Right. Okay. Merlin. I'm almost positive. I have an investor. I went to. I think it was on Merlin as well. Here, give me 1 sec.
Okay.
For a 3-bedroom. I mean, more or less, you got a 5 in front of it. If you just give me 1 second. Yeah, Merlin. Yeah. So you have a 3-bedroom. If you renovate that, is there a garage? I think there's a garage. Yeah.
Yes, there is.
You're probably looking between 550, 575. I don't know if those numbers are considerable for you.
Well, not because I bought it a little bit higher than that. I bought that property around 680. I put in like 20 grand again to renovate it. Of course, I bought it when the market was really, really crazy.
Right, yeah.
So even if I'm selling today, I know I'm not expecting to get the numbers I bought it for, but that doesn't work for me, so I'd rather keep it.
Yeah, you'd rather keep it, yeah. Well, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, unless there's something that's really keeping you from not wanting to have the property, I mean, yeah, you might as well. My professional advice, if you buy a home, investors that work with me, if you buy a home, you should have the intention to own it for at least 5 years. That's
okay.
my personal take, but
Yeah.
Okay, man?
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, what was your name? Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Clovis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Miguel. Thank you, Clovis. I appreciate it.
No problem, Miguel. Thank you so much for the call.
Okay, thanks, Clovis.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's okay. So, that call could have went one of 2 ways. Well, I guess one of multiple ways, given a cold call, but I'm just going to finish that there. That call could have went one of 2 ways, right? I could have blown smoke, right, and just been like, hey, up the smoke on him and just been like, yo, this property, Clovis, my man, you could probably, how much did you buy it for? Or like 580,000. You probably bought it for about 580, I would say. given that time frame. Okay, yeah, I could sell it for about, like, just add on numbers and be like on a net 650, and you'd be like, okay, and I could go put a sign up in his lawn and it'll never sell. Could have went that way. The other way it could have went was me just being 100% honest with him and just being like, hey, you want to hear my advice, man? If you don't need it, unless there's something that you, and I could have asked him, right? Is there anything else outside of finances that is causing you to want to sell the home? I have asked that from time to time, but again, he's kind of talked into that, right? I can hear it in his voice that he's like, oh, well, that's not really feasible for me to sell, right? Sure enough, investors, it's a less more emotional approach, right? It's more of a numbers game, right? And then I was just honest with him, like, hey, like, you, general rule of thumb, you should be keeping the property for 5 years once you purchase, right? So people appreciate that. That'll go a long way. And I also don't want my sign sticking up in someone's yard for ages, and I've got to spend time following up. You never want to take an overpriced listing, and last year I did that a few times where I took an overpriced listing, and not too many times, but I did, and they never sold. By the way, I never had an overpriced listing sell. It was, if I can go back, it was about 4 listings. Yeah, there was about 4 listings I had that I knew were overpriced and I didn't sell, because I was in the impression, you know what? I just want people to know who I am. I want to make sure everyone sees my signs everywhere, which it worked. I'll go on a lot of listing appointments, people I don't meet, and they're like, yeah, we see your signs everywhere, which is great. At the end of the day, it's a waste of time, because you got to follow up, you got to communicate with them, you got to follow up, and then it sours things, right? So my opinion, you don't want to take an overpriced listing, no more than 5-7%, I would say. And so anyways, that was 5 contacts, guys. I'll mark that down. I still have to get past another 4 contacts to hit contact goal I've got set for today. So I got to get back to some calls for the next 40 minutes or so. I hope you guys like that. I haven't done a for rent by owner video in a while. Felt like that was some good value for you, and I feel like a lot of people are coming to my channel recently are more or less looking for the door-to-door videos, which I didn't do on live. I was supposed to do a live door-to-door video this week, but what happened was we were going to record an Instagram video for me, and my girlfriend kind of slipped going down the stairs after I told her I didn't put a lot of salt there, and my microphone broke for the second time. So I don't have a mic to go record. I probably could record it without a mic, but yeah, it's better quality if I do, because then you can hear what I'm saying, right? So I hope you guys like that, and we will see you in the next video. It's probably going to be more of an educational one, but once I get the microphone in, you're going to see me back on the doors, and it's probably going to be like -5, -10 degrees Celsius, which is totally okay, because I'm dressed for those elements. Okay, hope you guys like that, and I hope one day I can set an appointment on these, but I have yet to do so. So for video. We'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Peace.